What was going through your mind when you first sat down with David for the first time?
Probably fear. Interviews frighten me. I always think I'm going to do a bad job of some kind or another. David's first questions certainly didn't put me at ease. Who are you? Say I asked you that question. How would you do?
Not too well. That's so funny.
But we kept at it, and I certainly hope, what emerged is a very powerful and interesting film.
Errol, thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. How are you doing?
Hanging in there.
A long morning of press, I'm assuming.
No, it's all fine.
That's wonderful. Again, thank you so much for sharing your time with us on the Movie Podcast. You know, you sat down with David all the way back in 2019. This film has been a long time in the making for you. How does it feel to finally have it coming out and being able to share it with the world?
Films are hard to make. I don't know what you've been told, but I can tell you from my own experience, they are really, really hard to make, and they're hard to finish. And this project falls squarely across 2019 was the interview with David. I fully expected that we were going to do more interviews. People asked me, did I know he was going to die? No, he was in really fine form in the interview that I did with him. Extraordinarily articulate, completely there, slightly frail, but, you know, he's 87 years old. And when he died, it happened suddenly. I never got to interview him again. 2019 devolved into 2020 and COVID. I'm sitting here in a hotel in London. I wasn't able to really come back here for years and years and years. COVID just separated the whole world into small compartments that never commingled.
From speaking with Simon and Stephen, I think they're just thrilled. And I think from what we've watched so far, we are just truly captivated by what you were able to accomplish. And it truly is a beautiful testament to the legacy of the work that David will leave behind, for sure.
Well, thank you. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, what was going through your mind when you first sat down with David for the first time?
Probably fear. Interviews frighten me. I always think I'm going to do a bad job of some kind or another. David's first questions certainly didn't put me at ease. Who are you? Say I asked you that question. How would you do?
Not too well. That's so funny.
But we kept at it, and I certainly hope, what emerged is a very powerful and interesting film. A very complex film about an extraordinarily complex man.
And, you were so captivated by how you told David's story. What was it like to, working with the Cornwell family to make this film?
It's like making any other film. It's hard.
Absolutely.
But it's really based on 4 days of interviews. David and Simon, the two Cornwell children, facilitated this project. They made it possible. They certainly facilitated the introduction to the father, and Apple made it possible to make the movie. Mm-hmm. People always ask me, I have a great idea for a movie, and I always say, do you have a great idea how to pay for it? Well, we had a great idea for a movie and a great idea of how to pay for it, so I was lucky.
That's amazing. Speaking of reteaming with people, you're reteaming with Philip Glass, who is someone that we absolutely love, and someone that you worked with obviously before, and we don't see do too many film scores in the last few years. What was it like reteaming with him for this project?
Well, I love Philip, and I've loved him, and I've been a fan for a really long time. It was a legendary first concert at Town Hall with Philip Glass. I was there. He scored one of my very first movies, The Thin Blue Line. I worked with him at the piano when that score was being written. I just saw him again, this film was shown at the New York Film Festival, and Philip was there for the premiere in New York, and we got to talk and spend time together again. It was terrific. It's strange. We come from maybe the same musical background or similar musical background. We studied in the same place. And I had been to a concert just the week before the screening at Lincoln Center at the New York Film Festival, hearing a piece by Philip Glass that I'd never heard before, a piano concerto that I'd never heard before. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of a fanboy. I think the music is absolutely great, and a great privilege to know him, and an enormous privilege to work with him.
Definitely. It definitely is. It's wonderful to see you two reteaming and to have your this beautiful film out in the world.
Thank you.
We just want to, again, say thank you again for your time. I know they're giving us the wrap right now, but Errol, we hope we get to talk to you again. All the best. We hope we get to talk for your next project. So thank you.
Thank you so much.